Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Oh boy, cousins. Oh boy. I don't ever want to wear my houndstooth patterns ever again. I'm going to throw them away, honey. Ooh, cousins. Oh, no, no. And honey, now Selena joining the girls. Oh, y'all know it's going to be litty this season. Oh, my goodness. And not Dr. Lyles, Antoinette coming back from season one. And she coming with smoke for Letitia. Oh, goodness. Hey, besties. Welcome to Behind the Shade. Come on with me and let's throw some shade and get into a new season of the Belle Collective. It's episode 1 called, called Correctile Dysfunction because none of the girls could get the name of the meeting correct. That was funny how production would just bomb anytime they said it wrong. Bomb. It was like, wait a minute, what? It was kind of a tongue twister, I guess. But did we like this episode? I did. And how would you rate this episode, besties? It was a good, like a 8.5 for me. It wasn't a 10, but I was very intrigued. But I'll give it like an 8.5. What do you rate it? Let me know down in the comments as you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, y'all. So the episode starts off with Akeisha, honey. Her and the family moved back up north because, Willie just could not get down with the Jackson scene. He did not like it too well in Mississippi. It was too slow. He was away from family and he just was homesick pretty much. So they moved back up north. And then, girl, Akeisha gets approved for the building on Fair Street that she's been trying to get ever since we've seen her on this show. So it's been a while. She's worked hard at it and she got the building. So she had to come back with the kids and she's going to set up shop. She's going to open a Bricks and Hops. It's like a brewery type of place. And that's that. She's excited and he's excited for her. So she calls her husband and he's up north and he just got out the gym. He's getting ready to kick it. He about to chill. And she's like, you at the cigar lounge yet? And this and that. They're having a cute little banter about being away from each other. So Gucci comes by and they talk. And so Gucci tells her, I'm looking for a space. I need an office space. Girl, please. Are you serious? So Akeisha's like, well, I can make room and we can split this up and we can share this office space. And I'm like, no, Akeisha, what you're not going to do is mix business and pleasure. It never works. It never works out, honey. Don't do it. So they both talk about how they have not talked to the ladies, probably like since last season. And it's been about 7 months. So, child, so Gucci been down into the courthouse, honey. Don't think she didn't try to press charges on Selena trying to come at her. So they had a peace bond hearing. I was like, a peace bond hearing. Okay. And she said, I had it with that lady. She don't say Selena's name. So Tambra and Latrice walked in the courtroom. She wasn't shocked about Latrice because Latrice and Selena are friends, but she was very shocked about Tamra's being, with her being present. So Tambra goes over there and walks to JJ and tells him she was subpoenaed to be there. And so Gucci's like, how are you being subpoenaed to come to a peace bond hearing? You don't need to be subpoenaed. There are no witnesses and we ain't going through no court case, So, of course, we don't believe Miss Messy. Just admit that you just don't like So Gucci, and that's fine. So Akeisha wants to get all the ladies together, and she's gonna have a collective correction. That's what the name of this group meeting is called. No one can get it together. They all say collection correction. It's like, where are you getting that from? But it's a collective correction. So she texts the group and gets them all together. Now, moving over to the other scene. Miss Letitia, honey, still can't get them wigs together, but she tries. She tries. They're getting better, but they're just not quite. So she's trying this blonde look, and she meets up with her husband Glenn at one of their properties. They've this is like their first home that they kept. They've rented it out maybe 2 or 3 times, and they're ready to sell it. Now, when you say that you're going to sell some property and you're putting your vow renewal on hold, that tells me that the business person in this marriage feels like, you know what? I need to go ahead and sell some of this property now. So we, go on to sell it now, because I just believe they might split up. I just, come on now, we gonna put the vow renewal on hold, and now all of a sudden you want to start selling the property. Yeah, this is a business transaction, and you're trying to terminate the business. So Glenn is having a hard time getting to know the new elevated Tisha, right? So he's over at the house, he's painting and this and that and that. So she comes over and she kind of fussing, because things aren't getting accomplished. The fences, there's a part of the fence that's down that needs to be repaired. There's something in the ceiling, some electricity needs to be done. He hasn't finished painting. And she just like, come on, what's up? Let's hire somebody. And he don't want to, okay? These men, I can do it. Okay. But can you do it fast? So Glenn is having a hard time getting to know the new Tisha, the elevated Tisha. And so she tells him, when you gonna get this house ready? And so he said, this is my bond. So stop, with the back and forth and asking me, I don't have no energy for this. If I tell you I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And so he also tells her that she needs to prioritize him so he can get to know the elevated Tisha, because he's there in the kitchen kind of throwing lightweight shade at her. She's trying to ask about, what's going on with the house. And he told her, don't talk to me like I'm one of your employees. It's like, oh gosh. Glenn, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. And you may lose her because you just don't get it. So we going over here to Latrice, honey. Latrice is opening a restaurant, honey. Go, girl. It looks good. It's on a corner. It's huge. It's big. It looks new and modern. And so the restaurant is going to be called Taste. And she's talking about it's going to have a lounge and a cigar lounge. And then she's going to put some condos at the top of it. I was like, girl, you better make that coin. You better go. Now I see why you're married to Cliff. But is it worth the abuse? Okay. Is it worth the friction? So she's there talking to her staff about the menu and all that stuff. And so, honey, her new bar manager walks in, honey. Excuse me, Miss Cutie Pie. It looks like everybody has slimmed down a little bit. Not you, Tisha, but everybody else look like they are like, they're nice, looking good. So Selena is the new bar manager. We all know Selena, honey. That is JJ's ex-wife, the mother of his 4 daughters, and Cliff's ex-lover. I don't know how these women are friends, but they are. So Selena introduces herself. She is Selena Johnson, honey. Not the singer Selena Johnson, but she is the travel agent Selena Johnson, the bail bondsman Selena Johnson. She has a clothing line and an online boutique with her daughters. That's Selena Johnson, okay? And now she's going to put bar manager on her on her resume. She's been in the business for a while. She's made over six figures being a bartender. And I said, this is a woman who has kids, and she was dedicated to doing what she had to do to provide for her children. And the kudos to you. She tells us she has four kids. We know that already, girl. And they are there. She has six grandkids. And she's like, I know I look good. It's like, what do the grandkids have to do with you? You didn't birth them. But her oldest son has four kids, and the daughter Star, she now has two. So she lets us know, honey, she is engaged to a fine, chocolate, crazy young man named Mike. It's been 4 years for them. Girl, what you waiting on? It don't take over 4 years to get married. What's happening? They met over food. There was a food truck out front somewhere. Her friend told her, girl, you got to go get this smoked sausage. It's hecka good. She goes on to the food truck, tries to get the sausage. He bought the last one. She probably just made a fuss about it. And he gave her his smoked sausage, and they've been connected ever since. Oh, what a cute love story. I love it. So Latrice wants her to come into the group of the women. Girl, how is that gonna happen? Huh? But she needs to figure out the right time. There will not be a right time. Carlos, King, what is going on? What is happening? How is this even going to work? But I'm here for it, okay? So we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm not going to keep asking. We just going to see. So she tells Selena about Akeisha wanting to bring the group together as the collective correction, but she ain't fooling with none of them girls. She said, I only fool with Tambra. Because at the reunion, she said Marie and Letitia tried to jump her. I was like, Letitia never got up off that couch, girl. That was Marie trying to get you. And so here we go. Miss Letitia calling them, this is the return of the lions, return of the big backs. I said, oh gosh. Not the return of the big backs. And baby, that could have been the name of the episode, but we'll keep on. So Selena tells her that she should go. And so Letitia's like, Latricia, 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 Latrice. Latrice says, I'll go if Tambra goes. So Gucci says they need a prayer, not a correction. That was in her confessional. Selena updates Latrice about the peace bonding hearing and said the judge just ruled that they should have no contact. So there's a no contact order. I don't know if that's the same as a restraining order, but they can't talk, communicate. And I guess it's different than a restraining order, because how are you going to restrain your kid's stepmama? Them grandkids got to come over. I mean, she may have to come within reasoning with Selena, like at the kids' birthday parties and graduation and stuff like that. So just a no contact order. So that means just go the opposite way. Okay. Don't hit me up on none of the social medias. Don't call me. Don't text me. That's what that is. Okay. But still trying to figure out how that's going to work on this show. Okay, so Marie is at the park, honey. She is with her daughter, and she has her grandson. She tells us she is in remission with her lupus, which is great news. Good for you, Marie, because you were struggling last season. Miss Ma'am still got them cute finger waves in her hair, and she has lost 50 pounds, but I didn't really notice. She didn't look big last year, but she's not super skinny, but I guess so. She's off the protozoan, and she's feeling good, looking good. She feels strong. So, honey, her two cousins come to meet with her in the park because they got chips on their shoulders, honey. And I am going to refrain from talking about people, but y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. You saw it. You couldn't unsee it, honey. Oh my goodness. So she updates us on her mother's position. Uh, Marie's mom is still dipping in them streets. She can't let them loose. She's not ready. So Marie says she just meets her mother where she is. She doesn't try to connect with her on her level because, of course, moms would not be able to handle that. So she just meets her mom where she is, and that's that on that. Keeps the stress down. And that's probably why now she's healthier because she's learned her. Because wasn't she going to therapy last season to kind of deal with her mom? So I think this is all working out for her good and her health. Okay. So the two cousins come. What's up? Hey, let's talk. Okay. Oh, I want to invite you to Sue's birthday gathering, but the one of the cousins who wasn't there has a problem with Marie. And Marie was like, wait, I don't get it. Wait, what? Cousin such and such is what? Like, she always needs me. Why is she mad at me? Like, what? Let's go sit down and have a talk. And so I just wish Marie just had to spill all this girl's tea. And it was kind of like, okay. So we learned that the cousin who was not there, that don't want her to come to the cousin who is there's birthday party, was a stripper. She was stripping in Dallas. She wanted to get out of Dallas, so she called. In Marie's words, she begged her to let her come to Mississippi and give her a job at her accounting firm and all this and that. And honey, Miss Marie says she changed her life, honey. Okay. So what's the problem? So because you're successful and you make us feel low. Girl, can't nobody make you feel low. No one else's success will make you feel low. That is what you feel that way. You're allowing yourself to feel low because of her success. It's not her wanting you to feel low. Marie said, all I do is go to work and go home. What is happening? Exactly. So the other cousin says, you seem embarrassed by us. I would. Yeah, if y'all act like y'all look, yeah. Look, okay, I'm going to be good because I need to grow up. I need to grow up. Besties, I am not all the way mature. Sometimes I just fall off. I mean, I digress. Okay, focus. Back to the review. You seemed embarrassed by us, and we want to be involved. Girl. Okay. Okay. Y'all act like I left y'all on my journey, And Marie's thing is she has brought her family along, offered them opportunities, this, that, and a half. And if you're not growing, you just not growing. She said, I could lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink it. So she asked her cousins whose birthday, I think the cousin name is Sue. The other one name was Maria. How long you been working for me? She was like 15 or 16 years. And for some reason, besties, I said, I bet you Marie is paying her under the table so she could collect her check on the 1st or the 3rd. I'm so serious. Why do we think like this? I'm gonna be stop. I want to say so many things, you guys, but I do not want to be childish. Okay, so Marie is at fault because y'all stuck and not where y'all want to be in life. I think you are where you want to be in life. Some people, this is just it for you. Like, there is no more. This may be what you're doing. You are content, and now you just being messy and unhappy. And that is what Marie was saying. This is how these cousins are. They grew up like this, and this is how they gonna be. So now they just hating. This is what hating looks like, besties. So I think that was Maria. You need to consider our feelings. What? So what does that mean? Consider your feelings. Am I supposed to fail and close down some of my clinics to make you feel better? So She said, so y'all think I think I'm better than y'all. Yep. I'm like, okay, don't all speak at once. So let me get off this so I can breathe. So Maria's like, well, I'm sorry, but that's not my intent. But it might not be your intent, child. That is a you problem. Moving on, because I cannot before I am trying. There's a lot I'm trying not to say. So let me move on. And I said, girl, just be your own family sometimes. And honey, looking at them and looking at her and looking at them and looking at her, y'all are not on the same page and y'all need to go somewhere and stop playing. You better invite Marie to that party so you can get a bomb birthday gift, girl. Okay, so it's the next day. It's the collection correction, honey. It's the day, honey. The ladies meet up. They're like a half a block up the street. They're all meeting. And all these women are successful and looking good and dressed and hair and makeup and cars and heels. These girls be together. You hear me? And so Akeisha got the girls together, all except for Marie. She's opening up another treatment clinic and she had to make that her priority. I was like, that girl is forever. Marie, last season you were missing out on a lot of events and functions and stuff. Don't do that this season. Don't do that. You already starting off on the wrong foot. I understand you're a businesswoman. You got the treatment clinic. Well, and good kudos to you. Now your cousins go even be more mad at you. Okay, so they walk down the street. They all complain like, "Where are we going? Why are we walking? What is this?" Because they in heels. So she said it ain't gonna be that. We're not going far. Just come on. So Akeisha shows them her new building, honey. And so the guys are outside. They give them hard hats to protect them because they got to go, through the construction and get to the back. But these girls got on heels and open toe heels. Like, you ain't gonna give them no combat boots. They don't get no like. Okay, okay, no problem. It's a show. So Letitia says she doesn't have Latrice to call on anymore. She started crying. She missed her little sister because it's stuff that she used to always talk to her about. Now let's back up to when they met up the street. So when they all get together, did you see how Letitia hugged Latrice, but Latrice did not hug Letitia? Letitia, Latrice is like, girl, you tried to beat me up and cuss me out at the reunion. We are not good. We are not good. I don't play them games, and I think I would have stopped her from taking. I think me personally, I would have moved and gave her like, no, back up. Don't you even come over here hugging me. I don't even want your spirit on me. So she misses her. She's crying. So Latrice is like, that's cool, but when when we leave here, the collectives, when we leave here, all we do is get on the telephone and talk behind each other's backs. So in her confessional, she says the difference with her is she'll talk behind your back and to your face. I said, oh, okay. So Akeisha is like, yes, because Latrice told her that Letitia and Glenn were plotting to set a girl up to slide in her husband's DMs to try to holler at him. And it was like, what? And so Akeisha gonna say in her confessional that she's not worried about that because her husband respects her. Girl, really? They can respect you and they can be a fool too in the DMs. I mean, don't act like they can't. But I hope you're right, but don't act like it's not it's not common, okay? So Letitia's like tells Latrice, Glenn wouldn't get in no mess like that. And I was like, I believe you wouldn't get in no mess like that, Letitia, but I believe Glenn and Cliff would, because Cliff got the heat on him last season for mistreating Latrice. And the season before that, Glenn was in the hot seat for, cheating on Latricia. So I could see the two men, because when they get together, yeah, they act they a little, their bromance is too romance for me. It's too much romance in their bromance. So she like, okay, so Tamara says, this should be a safe space. And for that to be safe, and it has to feel safe for it to be a safe space. And so she said, Gucci, you throw shade. And Gucci said, I do. Okay. And she said, and I do. She said, but when my family is involved, so Gucci cuts her off and says, at the court date, you came to support my assailant. She said everything but the girl's name, because before it was that lady. Now it's her assailant. Okay, she can't. I don't even think she can say the girl name. And she probably can't. That's probably a part of that peace hearing where she has to no contact, you can't say the name. I think that's where that's coming from. And she said, were you coming to testify against me? And she said, you came up to Jay to say you were subpoenaed to be there. You all in my family mess. And so here go Miss Tambra. I am a prominent person. I am a prominent person, of Jackson, Mississippi. Child, you are a radio host. Hush. The attorney called me and asked me to come. And he's a prominent attorney and a family friend. Girl, Gucci said she just wanted to come. Tamara says she didn't want to be at nobody's courthouse. If I could keep it real, I didn't want to be there. You didn't have to come. You were not subpoenaed to be there. So here go Tamara. It was never my intentions to ever hurt anybody. Yeah, okay, thanks for clearing that up. But you were not subpoenaed. That's where you're lying and you're messy. You sit here talking about how busy you are as a host, as a radio host, as your podcast. You're a mother now. You made time to go down there. And I get it. The attorney wanted you to come because you was right there when the altercation happened. We get it. But own your stuff, hun. Own it. It's okay if you friends with Selena and Latrice, they own it. Shoot, what are they gonna do? Beat you up? So then Gucci explains herself and how she went into defense mode when you remember last season when they went I don't remember what the event was where her and Selena were there. Gucci said when she pulled up, she saw Selena's car. She immediately went into defense mode, but Latrice texted her to let her know like she was gonna be there, and Gucci ignored her text, but accidentally. So Gucci is going to screenshot Latrice's text and accidentally sent it to her instead of the person she wanted to send it to, right? And it's like, girl, you got to slow down. This is when your anger takes over. You be messing up. If you're going to be angry, you need to just go and be angry. Just give yourself some time before you get to moving in that smartphone and that thing be messing you up and putting you on blast. Your own phone just threw you under the bus. So Latrice, says, she feel the same way y'all feel about her and Tambra showing up to court like she feels. This is how she feels when they insert themselves. And then Akeisha cuts her off and she says, well, we were a part of that and what you were dealing with. And she was like, well, what was I dealing with? And she's talking about with last season when they were all kind of wondering like what was going on with Cliff and her because he was just so disrespectful. I mean, come on, Latrice, let's not pretend all the last season your husband was disrespecting you, your friend, your gay friend that was living at the house. He was cussing you out, disrespecting you, calling you out your name in public at the house. Your mama came over there talking to you. It was just a mess. It was a mess, and we need to know how you are. They said, your husband was being aggressive, and you have bruises on your arms. Like, girl, Latrice, let us know what's going on. Is this why you got that restaurant? Was this a I'm sorry gift from Cliff? So Letitia says, let's move on. So right there, right? Akeisha is coming for Letitia's title because remember, Lakeisha is supposed to be the queen of this collective, right? But Akeisha is stepping on her toes. And so Letitia gonna get into her brunch, her conduct, she knows how to conduct those brunches and have those woman empowerment meetings. So she steps into her glory. Ladies, let's move on. And I stand on this sisterhood. And I'm like, girl, as soon as you get in your car, I know you gonna call Marie and tell her what happened. Sisterhood, my butt. Girl, you a part of the mess. So um Letitia tells Latrice that she would like to have a one-on-one conversation with her. And then the ladies cheers. And, because they were able to, get their issues on the table and kind of talk about it. They cheers, take a picture. They're all cute, woo, woo, woo. And Latrice is like, I need more time. So, honey, Miss Dr. Antoinette Lyles is back from season 1. The dentist. Latrice goes to her office to get her teeth cleaned, honey. And, she's all about supporting Black businesses. She's all about it, right? Besties, get that water in. So Latrice says her and Antoinette are closer in age, and so they do a lot of kikiing together. And so they're chatting it up after she cleans her teeth and all that. So they discuss Letitia because, Dr. Lyles is asking about the collectives. So she's like, how's that, Letitia? Well, I did it. So Dr. Lyles is like, she ain't your girl. What about Marie? So then she calls Marie, oh, straight jacket. And it's like, didn't you just agree to move on in the sisterhood? You doing exactly what you didn't want to happen, and you a part of it. What didn't you call it out? What we do is we talk about each other. Is that what you're doing right now? So the dentist is like, I don't like them. Okay. They don't care. So Latrice asks her, if the girls come for me, I'm gonna give them one more chance. But if they come for me one more time, will you help me gather these girls? And so Antoinette is just like, well, I won't leave you hanging. She said, because she got something to say to Letitia for accusing her of flirting with Glenn. And she said she's been holding on to this for 4 years. And then then they get on Akeisha. Oh, wait. So when she talk about Glenn, she talking about, well, that man been embarrassing her all these years. She said, I would have been handled that. Girl, are we still talking about people, Latrice? Come on. So then they start talking about Akeisha in the building. And all of a sudden, remember now, I just remember, didn't Latrice just walk in this woman's business talking about how she support Black businesses and all this and all that? Now here you go talking about it, Akeisha getting that building on Fair Street, how she didn't even get the funding and don't know where the money coming from, and she don't even have the keys to the building. How do you know? Because at the beginning of this episode, that was the first thing that happened. She put the key in the door and it unlocked. Now you're over here spreading lies. Where are you getting your information from, Latrice? And so then Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Lyles said, do she need a GoFundMe? Because I'm not going to. Girl, you be quiet. Everything here, I'm self-sufficient. I did everything from scratch. This is all on me. And they just rah-rah with each other. And it's like, then the dentist, Dr. Heavenly, says how she ain't got time to be in the room with them girls because she need to be here making her money. And if she over there with them, that means she ain't making no money. Well, what are you here for? Why are you on my TV screen? Why are you here? Why are you here? You agreed to be here. Why are you here? If you ain't got time to be here, what are you here to do? Promote your business? Are you one and done? Are we not going to see you again? Yeah. Okay, girl. Something tells me you need that check. That's why you're back. Don't nobody come back for nothing. Oh. Do I don't even think I like this girl. Is she just rubbed me the wrong way? Ooh. But anyway, besties, that was the end of this episode, honey. Tell me down in the comments what you think. How is it going? Did y'all see the previews for next week? OMG, it's going down. This is going to be a good season, I believe. I am so glad they brought Selena because we do need to wrap that up, and we got questions. We do want to know more. I'm looking for my boy JJ. Where my boy at? Where y'all got my boy hiding? I'm sure he'll be showing his face. What's his little term he like to say? You got something, God dang it. Yeah, something he be saying. Got whatever. Yes, can't wait to see JJ and Cliff old Butt and Glenn, and this is gonna be good. I think this season's gonna be good. Put your comments down in the comment section, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, besties.